Hello, Crash Combat Championship fans. I am Duke Andrews. Uh, Join me here while we talk shop with the man who is responsible primarily for building all the cards that we have for every prior Crash event, and certainly the one that we have coming up. Crash 6, we'd like for you to join us in Overland Park, Kansas, at the wonderful building, the Advent Health Park Complex. It's located at 159th Street and 69 Highway, again, like I said, in Overland Park. So, to my right here is, as I mentioned, the man behind the matchmaking, Asa Collier. Good to have you here, Asa. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Crash 6, September 13th. What is your opinion, I guess? I know that myself, the fans, have a piqued interest, maybe just out of sheer volume, and the diversity of the different, I guess, styles, genres that you've included from your vantage point, not a fan's vantage point, a family member, uh, but from your perspective, what do you see this card like, and what's sort of exciting to you?
For this one, I like the variants in the card. We've got Bubble Knuckle, we've got Pro Bubble Knuckle, we've got Bare Knuckle MMA, Bare Knuckle,
Oh yeah,
MMA, and kickboxing, and we even have small glove kickboxing.
So, and I'm somewhat need education on this. There's so many variations, like you said. For folks out there watching that may not know, and even myself, the bubble knuckle, the bare knuckle, sort of, just I guess summarize. Maybe give us a description of what that means. I guess what's the style, things like that. I guess if that makes sense.
Sure. It's the same rule set as bare knuckle boxing. So dirty boxing, you can clinch, you can pull your opponent. You're going to get broken up if you clinch too much.
Okay.
But there is clinching involved. You can grab the back of the person's head, their arms, as you're throwing strikes.
But it's exclusively boxing per se.
Yes.
No lower body kicking, etc. You can't. We're not getting to the ground, things like that. Or they stand you up, I assume.
Correct.
If that does happen, is that right?
No strikes other than fists. You can only throw fists. No elbows or kicks or anything.
I see. I see. Well, I would. With that said, like I said, that just that, and the quantity of fights. I assume that you know. So we're gonna have so many fights. We have an early prelim that's just stacked with young fighters, and I know that Asa, I'm assuming that you take pride in sort of opening doors for people to some extent.
Oh, absolutely.
With youth,
absolutely.
Not necessarily youth, I guess, but to me they're youth, I think. But
sure.
Up and coming kids, guys, fighters. That early prelim card has seemingly been something that you've done such a good job with.
Thank you.
And do you see that sort of carrying over in Crash 6 on the 13th of September as well?
Yeah, absolutely. All the top gyms around here, and even some of the smaller gyms that work with female athletes and kids. There's a decent population of these type of fighters, but they're also the next generation that's going to step in and be our Emmys and pros.
And I think that if you're watching, fans out there, fighters out there, coaches, whomever, if it does seem hard, I guess that's what I'm getting at. That such a good job that you do, that possibly that you're not reluctant to be open-minded with early fighters, 0-0 records, debut amateur fighters, and the diversity. So if a fighter wants to only do kickboxing, that you're open to listen as a matchmaker, that you're willing to do things like that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Everyone has their specific interests, and just from a fan's perspective, I really like ONE FC and what they do with all the different types and styles of fighting. I think that's something that they brought that the UFC lacks. It's all MMA and the UFC, and that's great. There's specialized promotion. But for us, we get to we get more of a grassroots feel. You have kickboxers that aren't ready for MMA, and vice versa. And you have guys that want to get into boxing. That Bubble Knuckles a place for them to start.
Yeah, that's coming along, especially with Crash Combat Championships. And I would be remiss, with that said, to not bring that back up and kind of backtrack somewhat on the card with the diversity in the card. You mentioned bare knuckle boxing, bare knuckle MMA. You see that, and this will be. I mean, how many fights now have you had a version of a bare knuckle professional fighting. Will this be? I believe this is the third.
Yes. Yep.
And so, tell me about that. It seems like in the state of Kansas that you sort of pioneered that.
Well, we were able to sit in on a commission meeting where they made the choice. Adam Rohrbach, Dr. Bohm were instrumental in bringing bare knuckle MMA to Kansas, and we were lucky enough to be part of that conversation.
Yeah.
Get to talk about round duration and specific rules.
Yeah, I noticed that. I guess, for instance, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the bare knuckle MMA fighting isn't necessarily the same. The time, the periods, is there a difference?
There is. Right now, Kansas Athletic Commission is working with us for particular fights so that we can find out what the correct number of minutes. Right now, we're using 4-minute rounds and a 90-second break.
As opposed to a 5-minute. MMA professionally is typically a 5-minute round, right? So,
Correct.
So there's something that you guys are seeing, or whomever, with that 1 minute being, prevalent, I suppose, with the fact that there's no gloves on.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a new sport, and part of the reason that we've tapered it back to 4 is feedback from promotions like BYB and BKFC.
Okay, sure.
BKFC uses a 2-minute round. And
boxing.
Yeah. And my understanding about it, the difference between a 2-minute round and a 3-minute round in bare knuckle fighting is an exorbitant amount of lacerations, bone breaks, and that extra minute when somebody's tired. And in BKMMA, it gets really rough.
I see. That would be a hard thing to navigate from. But, just wanted to bring that up, that, fighters out there who are interested in bare knuckle fighting, Crash Combat Championships seems to be a solid avenue to be able to do that right now in this region.
Absolutely.
In the region, and matchmaker Asa Collier is certainly out front on that. Not only is he the matchmaker, but Asa, you're also involved with Independent Fighter Services, an agent, I guess, if you will. And I don't want to pigeonhole you there, but I'll let you kind of elaborate to fighters, fans, etc. on that endeavor.
Well, I do some sports management of sorts.
Okay.
So I represent fighters and brands and businesses related to combat sports. I wanted to be able to work with people, manufacturers or brands related to our sport.
Yeah. Not just the fighting portion of it, it sounds like. More, a more expanded role, I guess.
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. I mean, if you're needing somebody like that, and if you are a sponsor throughout a certain area and interested in having a conversation with Asa, you can certainly find him through Crash Combat Championship. So, man, I appreciate you sitting down with us, and we're certainly looking forward to this event coming up just under a month, I think. We're 23 days out, I think. If you didn't know that, like I said, this event, I say this every time, is going to be the best one thus far. And I believe that. I think the venue is just wonderful. I visited with Mike Sharp at this beautiful building. Like I said, 159th and 69 Highway. You've been there.
Yeah.
I know you're excited.
Facility.
Some of the features that it has. So check us out. Check your fighters out. Come support your guys. Come out just to come out if you're a fan. And even if you're not, come and see something that really never happens in the state of Kansas except through Crash Combat Championships. C3. The cage will be hot on September 13th. So, hey, appreciate your time, Asa. And come see us. Doors open at 5 o'clock September 13th. Fights begin at 6 p.m. We will see you there.